Excellent members, dear friends, dear colleagues. The third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPC has a expected turnout of 2,154. The actual turnout is 2,110. We have a quorum. Now I declare open the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. Please all rise for the national anthem. Please be seated. We have invited General Secretary of the CPC Central Committee, Chairman of the Central Military Commission, and President Xi Jinping to this session. Other key leaders of the party and the central government, and members of the CPC Central Committee, State Council, as well as foreign envoys and representatives of overseas Chinese. Let's extend a great welcome to their presence. We have three agendas in today's opening session. The first item on the agenda is to approve the agenda of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. May I ask our staff to read the draft agenda? The draft agenda of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. First, review and approve the work report of the National Committee of the CPPCC. Second, review and approve the proposal work since the second session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. And third, to sit in the third session of the 14th NPC and deliberate and review the government work reports along with other reports. And fourth, review and approve the political resolution of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. Fifth, review and approve the work report of the Standing Committee of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. And number 6, review and approve the proposal-related reports since the second session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. 7th, review and approve the work report of the proposal committee of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC. Any opinions or objections to this draft agenda? If not, please put your hands together to approve this draft agenda. Now, let's jump to the second item on the agenda. May I give the floor to Wanghu Ning to deliver a work report on behalf of the third session of the 14th National Committee of the CPPCC.
Fellow members, on behalf of the Standing Committee of the 14th National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, I present this report on our work for your deliberation. First, review of our work in 2024. 2024 represents the 75th anniversary of the founding of PRC and a critical year for achieving the goals of the 14th Five-Year Plan. With the leadership of CPC Central Committee and President Xi Jinping's at its core, we have executed the overall tasks for the whole year. Chinese modernization has made some major steps ahead. We are more confirmed about having the final victory of modernization with the efforts of the Chinese people. In 2024, it also represents the 75th anniversary of the founding of CPPCC. In the celebrations of the 75th anniversary, President Xi Jinping delivered important remarks, speaking highly of the historical contributions of CPPCC and explained in-depthly about the Chinese characteristics of CPPCC as well as its system strengths. And he used 10 words to wrap up the guiding principles of CPPCC's work. And as to continuously making progress and seeking systemic achievements, he has made some requests. In the near term, to fulfill our duties of CPPCC, he also gives some suggestions and instructions. From a very high stance, he provided deep contents as to how to conform to Marxism with Chinese conditions borne in mind and combine the Marxism with fine traditional Chinese culture. And he paved the way for our new journey in this new era. And his words offered us the fundamental guideline. Under the leadership of CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, the National Committee of CPPCC, as well as its Standing Committee, conform to socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era proposed by President Xi, and we established Comrade Xi's core position on the Party Central Committee and in the party as a whole, and guiding role of Xi Jinping thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. And we implement the guiding principles of the 20th National Congress and commit to the united frontline. And we are also committed to the nature of CPPCC and focus on the central tasks of the party and the nation to fulfill our duties. We are people-centered, and we are also guided by innovative spirits and reforming spirits to perform our duties, thus making some new achievements. Over the past 1 year, our party member groups meetings and the chairperson council's meetings, the secretariat meetings, as well as some branch meetings and directors' meetings have been convened to execute on the top of the agenda system, during which occasions we communicate the newest remarks of President Xi Jinping. And in total, that number was 211. We also convened 58 consultative conferences and had 99 investigations and inspections covering 31 provinces and municipalities, as well as 213 prefectures and 400 counties. We have received 6,059 proposals with 5,091 filed, and 99.9% of those proposals have received formal responses. And we offered certificates to the members submitting the proposals. We also received about 51,000 communications, and we have compiled 1,728 different communication columns. We have reported 1,016 communications. So different proposals and ideas have been approved with over 819 of those members' opinions commented by the leaders. We also communicated with 324 members, 874 party members, and over 1,000 non-CPC members have established communication channels with us. And different democratic parties, the All China Federation of Industry, Commerce, and non-party members have submitted 654 proposals, delivered 344 speeches. 19,557 members convened 6,501 serving the people activities and communicated with our general public from different sectors at the number of 10,516, serving over 1 million people. Over the year, in total, 7,748 members participated in the consultative conferences. 1,227 members were part of our investigations and inspection visits. 2,005 members proposed. 1,277 members responded to the information about social conditions and the public sentiment. 71 members delivered oral speeches during the national committee meetings and meetings of the Standing Committee. 269 members participated in international exchanges. 33 members have been awarded thanks to their excellent contributions. Over the past year, we work on 4 sides to deepen our fulfillment of our duties. First, we conform to the centralized leadership of the CPC over the work of CPPCC and execute on the instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping and the decisions of CPC Central Committee. We are deeply conscious of the system nature and political nature of the CPPCC system and organization, and executing on the leadership of CPC has been integrated into different respects of our work. We have studied and researched and executed on the important remarks and instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping, and respectively, we have reported based on our study of President Xi Jinping's remarks in 2023 with our review. And as to important instructions by General Secretary Xi Jinping as to the work of CPPCC, we have worked on them and implemented them stringently. We also strictly execute the reporting and submission system. Over the year, we have handled about 88 opinions and proposals relevant to the remarks of General Secretary Xi, the important documents of the CPC Central Committee. Second, on the occasion of the 75th anniversary of the founding of CPPCC, we must have confidence in our past, our theories, systems, and culture. We give top priority to executing President Xi's remarks on the celebration event and convened some further meetings, for example, the Chairperson Council's meeting and the members' study meetings, the Standing Committee meetings for further research and study. And also the Chairperson meeting members, 22 articles have been published on CPPCC daily. We also convened some calligraphy and painting exhibition and published some theme-based books about the CPPCC and the founding of PRC. Through such celebrations, the vast number of CPPCC members and its general offices cadres have deeper understanding about the history of CPPCC as well as its missions and political strengths, and further deepen their understanding about the intellectual spirit and the power of truth of President Xi Jinping's ideas about how to strengthen the work of CPPCC. Third, we deeply executed the guiding principles of the third plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee by focusing on further deepening reform and giving proposals to major issues as to the modernization with Chinese characteristics. We have taken it as our major political task to study the guiding principles of the third plenary session of the 20th CPC Central Committee and convened collective studies, lectures to deeply understand and grasp a series of new thoughts, new ideas, and new judgments by General Secretary Xi as to how to deepen reform, to have a full idea about the themes of reform deepening and its major principles, measures. And also, we have implemented the reform measures as to how to improve the CPPCC mechanism by laying the solid foundation with our working system.
Focusing on new quality productive forces and other strategic and general issues, a total of 42 symposiums have been held to enhance the level of focus of our researches and effectiveness of our policies. And fourth, play the foundational role of the special committees so as to mobilize the incentives of CPPCC members. We implemented the major remarks and instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping. A total of 10 symposiums have been held in this regard to collect opinions from members of the special committee. We also held the work meeting of the special committee of the CPPCC so as to further collect their opinions. We also published 7 system documents regarding the performance of members' duties and the high-quality execution of their mandates. In the meantime, efforts are made to strengthen the liaison work, their service and management capacity, and also the feedback communication mechanism of the CPPCC. Through these efforts, the People's CPPCC is transformed into a home of members, democracy, and solidarity. Over the past year, the Standing Committee of the CPPCC has mainly engaged in the following work. First, we forged our soul through the Xi Jinping thoughts of socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era, which is the ideological and political foundation of our work. Xi Jinping's thought of socialism with Chinese characteristics for the new era is the guiding principle of our work. A total of 13 party leadership group meetings have been held. 17 chairman's meetings at the CPPCC have been held. There are 4 collective learnings and 4 lectures given by the members of the Standing Committee of the CPPCC. The Xi Jinping Thought task team has held 55 symposiums with a turnout of a total of 1,524 members. We also made innovation in the surveying and investigation system. A total of 74 surveying tours have been carried out involving 711 members. The important works of General Secretary Xi Jinping have been incorporated into books and 66 online and offline learning tours. 2 special training sessions have been held, and also 9 phases of cadre trainings have been held involving 8,657 people. Important consultation meetings have been held to learn through the important remarks made by General Secretary Xi Jinping regarding surveying efforts and democratic supervision so as to enhance the performance of duties of members. We also strengthened policy research. A total of 85 in-house theoretical research tasks have been completed. 4 theoretical research sessions are organized. There is also a change of leadership at the Theoretical Research Committee of the CPPCC. The People's Daily and 求是 magazine have published a total of 807 articles and speeches of CPPCC members. Second, we have been well aligned to our key mandates and improve the quality of our proposals. We have organized an annual consultation mechanism. A total of 2 special committee meetings have been held. 2 special consultations are organized. 13 bi-monthly consultation conferences are held. 4 distant and online consultation meetings are held. 13 expert consultation symposiums are held. And 9 secretarial meetings are held. And we also organized 18 special sessions to handle the proposals. This played a very important role in facilitating high-quality development of the socialist market economy, enhanced our confidence, and contributed to high-quality growth of the population, and also enhanced the high-end opening up of the country. We also leveraged the role of Hong Kong and Macau in deepening high-end openness of our economy by engaging in reforms and innovation of talent training at higher education institutions. We have contributed to the high-quality development of environmental and ecological protection industry. AI has been used in multiple scenarios, and a friendly society is established in terms of childbirth and care for the persons with disabilities and the graduates from universities. By focusing on the sustained development of private sector, we have organized 14 democratic supervision over the execution of our duties during the 14th five-year plan. We have recommended 21 members to serve as special members of the National Supervision Committee, and 30 members serving their post at the Supreme People's Court, and 2 members serving as specially invited members at the Legal Punishment Committee of the Supreme People's Court, and 10 members serving as discipline representatives at the Integrity Committee of the Ministry of Public Security. And third, engage in regular and routine work to improve the effectiveness of our duties. We have improved the review mechanism of our work by organizing proposal-related work conferences. A total of 77 key proposals are selected, and 24 chairman and council members have supervised the execution of 31 proposals. A total of 700 key proposals have been implemented in their execution. We also improved the selection and the reporting mechanism of proposals. This has facilitated the consultation efforts of the CPPCC, exchanges among members, as well as their execution of duties. We also practiced the accountability system for ideological related work. The news media that is affiliated to the CPPCC has published 681 reports regarding key activities of members of the CPPCC, and there are also 4,204 articles about the execution of duties of CPPCC members. A total of 772 speeches of the CPPCC members are published, and there are also 507 news stories in this regard. For instance, some publications have been rolled out celebrating the 25th anniversary of Macau's return to the motherland. We have held 8 special sessions of popular science lectures by CPPCC members, 3 culture lectures, and 27 popular science trips across the country. We also collected 153 key legal opinions from 70 different departments involving 250 members, and at the end of these efforts, 323 amendments proposals have been collected. Fourth, play the leverage of united front and draw the largest concentric circles. We believe in the principle of unity and solidarity. To empower the mandate of CPPCC members and figures without any party affiliation, we have mobilized the Special Committee and the All-China Federation of Industry and Business to organize 23 visits and 9 liaison activities. And we have compiled and published the 100 lectures regarding the collective entity of the Chinese nation. We support members from the minority ethnic groups and the religious circle to play a bigger role. And at the same time, we have strengthened communication with individuals and representatives representing the new social class. We also enhanced the visit systems to Macau and Hong Kong and organized 75 lectures regarding the communication between people in the mainland and people in Hong Kong and Macau.
We have received 25 batches of 522 people from overseas who are Chinese compatriots. And also we have visited our compatriots overseas by paying overseas visits, communicating with 1,000 people in order to set up a bigger cohesion. Fifth, deepen our international exchanges, better serve the bigger picture of the party and the nation. Based on the conditions of CPPCC, we have coordinated different activities of public diplomacy, people-to-people diplomacy, think tank diplomacy by convening major international events such as China-Africa Cooperation Forum. CPPCC and its affiliated organizations participated in 221 international exchange events, and 2,600 foreign people from 11 international organizations, 140 countries participated in such discussions, and 6 CPPCC members as special representatives of President Xi Jinping and the special envoys of President Xi Jinping paid such overseas visits for such events. In total, 23 people paid overseas visits and 187 members participated in domestic international events. We also convened 7 experienced CPPCC activities by inviting 340 people to visit the CPPCC. We expand such scope of exchanges to invite international think tanks and civil organizations to set up contacts with 67 organizations from 28 countries. We give full play to CPPCC as the China-Africa Friendship Group to set up China-Cambodia Friendship Group further. We have completed the reshuffling of China Economic and Social Council. We have supported the convening of China Economic Social Forum, China-Africa Economic and Social Council Roundtable Conference, China-Europe Roundtable Conference, and others to further communicate the practices of Chinese modernization. We have also communicated with the religious representatives by supporting the reshuffling of China Religious Peace Committee. 6, we enhance our self-development to standardize the procedures of CPPCC work. We solidly studied the party discipline and educated the party members and the general office party members, the cages, to have a full understanding and conduct themselves well based on the party disciplines. We have compiled the 2024-2027 CPPCC party building plan and how to improve the CPPCC system based on the implementation opinions. The CPPCC party member group has fully improved its conduct. We have standardized the party conduct development in the long run. And also, we have compiled the certain regulations as to how to handle the members if they are against the regulations. And we have strengthened the 2-team building in terms of the general office cages and CPPCC members to improve their theoretical level and capacity of fulfilling their duties to set up a favorable political ecosystem. CPPCC chairperson council's members paid visits to the local people during their investigations to visit 335 local members. And over the past 1 year, all the achievements made lies in the firm leadership of CPC Central Committee with Xi Jinping at its core and the guidance of Xi's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era. It is also thanks to the joint efforts of the different organizations under CPPCC and vast members of CPPCC, as well as the aggressive support of all sectors. On behalf of the Standing Committee of CPPCC, I would love to extend our sincere thanks to them all. Meanwhile, there are still some loopholes in the CPPCC work, mainly reflected in the less developed working mechanism of CPPCC consultative work and the feedback feedback mechanism is yet to be developed, and the coverage of our unity and friendship activities is yet to be enlarged. And the measures of consultative supervision is to be better implemented. We are going to rectify our work in the future. Second, the major tasks of 2025. 2025 is the final year of the 14th five-year plan, and also it's an important year for deepening reform. CPPCC will continue to be guided by Xi's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics for a new era, and deep understand the decisive role of how to establish President Xi's core position on the party central committee and in the party as a whole, and guiding role of Xi's thought on socialism with Chinese characteristics, and be conscious of the need to maintain political integrity, think in big picture terms, follow the leadership core, keep in alignment with central party leadership, and stay confident in the past theory, system, and culture of socialism with Chinese characteristics. We will further pull together the culture of the Chinese nation, and we will implement the tasks of the 14th five-year plan with high quality so as to lay a solid foundation for the starting of the 15th five-year. And we will commit ourselves to the full leadership of CPC over CPPCC. CPC's leadership is the fundamental guarantee of the progress by CPPCC. We must be fully aware that CPC's leadership over CPPCC is comprehensive, detailized, and in terms of political stance, political direction, and principles and pathways, we must always be aligned with the CPC and Comrade Xi Jinping at its core. We must always implement the principles on the CPPCC work with big picture terms, and we must execute such leadership in political consultation, democratic oversight, and political affairs deliberations. We must combine the CPC's leadership with United Front and consultative democracy, and the system of CPC's leadership over CPPCC work must be able to showcase the political strengths of the whole process people's democracy. And we must encourage different party groups and people of different sectors and of all ethnic groups to be united in theories, thoughts, and actions. We must strengthen the theoretical and political leadership and gather bigger consensus. In the more complicated and arduous tasks, we must call for cohesion and concerted efforts. We must cement our unity of all ethnic groups and have a deeper consensus as to the community of the Chinese nation. And we must deepen our study and training as to the innovative theories of the party and regularly convene the reading programs of the members to study the theories and have political training. We must cement the political basis of our common thoughts. We must assist the CPC and the government to do communication of the policies, to dissolve the conflicts, to stabilize people's expectations and confidence, guiding people of different sectors to take an objective role of the economic conditions and the development trend. We must pass on the positive energy, and with that sense of responsibility, we must conduct discussions with the people and make more friends. And we must also expound the members' communications with the general public in order to serve the people so that they could be fully aware of the public sentiment and solve their problems. And we must support members to give out their voice to the outside, to tell good Chinese stories, especially stories of the people's democracy. And also, we must give proposals based on the Chinese modernization. By serving Chinese modernization as our focal work, we must further focus on those concerns of the general public and CPC Central Committee and work on the major strategic problems of national economy and social development. We must organize collective investigations and inspections to give our proposals to the 15th five-year plan, and we must implement the 2025 consultative plan approved by CPC Central Committee to deepen our consultative conferences and give some far-sighted, targeted, and operable policy proposals. With high-quality consultation and proposals, we could better serve scientific decisions and effective decisions. improve the consultative democracy system of CPPCC, we must implement the decisions of the 20th National Congress as to developing the consultative democracy and promote the CPPCC's consultative democracy development. We must guide the CPPCC members to actively dive in the practical practices in order to build up our cohesion with their consultative democracy activities and decision-making advisories, as well as national governance support.
We also plan to cement the rules and procedures of the CPPCC and put in practice the feedback mechanism. We also need to strengthen our connection with the general public to improve the mechanism of serving the people and amend the work procedures over CPPCC members' investigatory trips so as to improve the democratic supervision mechanism of the CPPCC. Dear members, it is a glorious goal to comprehensively deepen reforms, and the Chinese modernization has the grand prospect ahead of us. We have to remember the important instructions of General Secretary Xi Jinping, cherish our political identity, enhance our capabilities in performing our duties, and engage in learning, researches, and shoulder up our responsibilities and demonstrate the image of CPPCC members in a new era. Let us firmly unite under the CPC Central Committee with Comrade Xi Jinping at its core, reinforce our confidence, forge ahead with great momentum, ensure that the CPPCC work can make new progress in a new era and make new contributions to China's modernization by cementing a consensus and mobilizing efforts from all corners of the society.